Incoming drone, grid pattern search sweep, military spec, not local.
How close?
100 meters out. Thermal scanning configuration. Looks like advanced military recon.
Daphne, can you neutralize its electronics?
Electrical signature suggests heavy shielding. I'll need to get closer.
Risk assessment? If we take it down, they'll know exactly our location.
Because they don't already know we're here?
We could let it pass. Gather more intelligence about their search pattern.
Too risky. One thermal ping of our heat signatures and we're compromised.
I can track its movement. Lizard morph gives me best camouflage.
Daphne, electrical disruption. Eli, track. Nancy, prepare web perimeter. Potential extraction might be necessary.
Targeting communication frequencies. Attempting systematic shutdown.
It's wavering. Signal's becoming unstable.
Backup plan. If it doesn't fall, I can create thermal interference.
Controlled. We don't want a massive signal that screams we're here.
Military's getting smarter. These aren't random sweeps.
They're methodical, gridded search, specific coordinates.
Someone talked. Someone gave them our potential location.
Possible, but who?
Internal leak?
Pushing maximum electrical disruption.
Landing. Nice work, Daphne. You rock.
Gather the debris. We need to analyze its configuration, data storage.
Risk of tracking signal.
I'm weaving a signal mask, electromagnetic interference.
We can't stay here long.
Agreed. This location is compromised.
Guys, 30-minute pack and move protocol. Minimal trace.
They're getting closer.
And we're about to get harder to find. Okay. An encrypted data chip that was in this drone. Definitely is not standard military tech.
What is it?
Hybrid signature. Not just military. Something else.
There's a genetic marker embedded in the chip circuitry.
What does that even mean?
Someone wants us to find this. This isn't random.
Do you think it's a trap?
Or it could just be a message.
Be careful with that, Marina.
That's not just our original hybrid sequence.
It's evolved, mutated.
Someone's been tracking our genetic progression.
Not just tracking, documenting.
But who would be doing that?
Movement pattern suggests controlled demolition, not random attack.
Electrical residue suggests precision targeting.
They're clearing something, destroying evidence.
Evidence that Kai and Mateo spoke about?
There's a message scrolling across the device. Project Chimera was never about creating soldiers. You are the key.
The key to what?
Genetic evolution.
Or genetic control.
Those markers, they're not random research points. They're population centers.
Specific genetic populations.
They're mapping genetic potential for modification.
Weaponizing genetics. We're not just test subjects, we're the prototypes.
These aren't random markers, they're concentrated.
Look at the clustering. Specific geographical and genetic demographic regions.
African diaspora populations, indigenous communities in South America, certain Asian genetic lineages.
It's not random, it's targeted. Genetic diversity hotspots.
These markers suggest they're looking for specific genetic resilience. Populations that have survived extreme environmental pressures.
They're not trying to destroy. They're trying to document, catalog.
Genetic mapping of human potential. Population control through genetic manipulation.
We're the first prototype, the initial test. Think about our team, each of us from different genetic backgrounds, different cultural experiences.
Colonization wasn't just territorial, it was genetic.
Centuries of forced migration, genetic mixing, environmental adaptation, all documented.
And now they want to understand the genetic code of survival.
We're not just soldiers, we're genetic archives.
We're essentially living research.
So basically, someone's trying to turn our genetics into some kind of... what? Controlled weapon?
Like breeding specific traits? But for what purpose?
Imagine if you could design populations that survive specific environments. Extreme heat, extreme cold, resistance to diseases.
Or control populations by making them more vulnerable.
Think about it. What if you could make entire communities more susceptible to certain conditions?
Sounds familiar. Sounds like every terrible historical attempt at genetic superiority.
It's like they want to create a genetic recipe, but we're saying the recipe book is way more complex.
They think they can map us, control us. But they don't understand we're more than our genetics.
We're the experiment that breaks the experiment.
They're not just tracking us. They're trying to predict us.
Let's give them something they can't predict.